Hello everyone, this is an update. Today is Tuesday. It's not Sunday. There is my truck with grass. And this is a construction site here in Davenport, Florida, 20 miles from Orlando. And this is all you see. It's 9 a.m. Usually at this time there's a lot of people here working, all kind of contractors doing their job. Roofers, of course, a lot of noise and loud Mexican music. This is what you hear today. So it is happening. It is not fake. It is not a joke. You see one contractor there. And this is all thanks to Ron DeSantis.
If immigrants are just freeloaders, explain this. Why is ICE raiding construction sites instead of welfare offices? Think about it. They're not showing up where people are sitting around. They're showing up where the work is happening. Concrete being poured, drywall being hung, roofs being built under the sun. Those aren't freeloaders. Those are workers. And it's not just construction. Look at the fields. Immigrants harvest the food that ends up on every table. Look at the dairies, the kitchens, the hotels. Immigrant hands keep entire industries moving. You can't scream, they're stealing our jobs, and at the same time scream, they don't work. Pick one, because both can't be true. The truth is, America's economy runs on immigrant labor. The jobs most people don't want, immigrants do them every day, without recognition, without protection, and often without the basic respect they deserve. If they all disappeared tomorrow, the crops wouldn't harvest themselves. The buildings wouldn't build themselves. The kitchens, the factories, the cities, they wouldn't run themselves.
To the Latinas crying because their husbands, boyfriends are being sent packing, y'all did this to yourselves. And if not you, your Hispanic American cousins, they wanted you gone. Your cousins, your aunties, your nieces and nephews, they wanted to make America great again. That's who you need to be mad at. And to mine, this is not what happened to us. They came here as people. We did not. And it's Hispanics who work for Border Patrol. It's Hispanics who work for ICE. It's black people who work in all of these places. They see this stuff all the time. And you got Job Corps shutting down, people losing their benefits, federal employees trying to get back into the workforce. We need all jobs available to Americans first. And how much taxpayer dollar is being paid to detain and to prosecute and to send the people back? And I hope they fine all of those companies who hired them. The state and the feds need.
So apparently Florida is in desperate need of construction workers. Imagine that. Yeah. So in the construction industry, they're having a hard time contracting workers. And these extreme temperatures that nobody wants to work in, they're having a hard time finding any gringo workers. But you all were out here complaining, hollering, deport, 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 and they're taking our jobs. And imagine a situation wherein Florida needs construction workers. Hello? Wake up, America. Where's our workers at? Where's these people that are needing all of these jobs? Because apparently there's some openings and there's not a wait list. Might want to go and apply.
So all the illegal immigrants have been hunted by ICE agents all through Florida, and Florida construction, what a shocker, at a standstill. That's right, because while all the illegal immigrants have either been detained by ICE or are hiding because they don't want to even deal with ICE at all, shocker enough, American citizens haven't rushed to take those jobs. That's right, because even though the American citizens have all claimed that illegal immigrants are stealing jobs from Americans, none of them have actually gone out to do those jobs that the immigrants aren't doing anymore. So construction, surprise, sitting at a standstill. You've got vacancies and job openings all over, but yet nobody wants them. Why? Because immigrants of this country were doing jobs that Americans didn't want to do. If I'm wrong, leave a comment. If you agree with me, repost this and share it with more people.
All right, Maga, get out there. Where are you at? You got your jobs back? You got your jobs that were taken from you. Get out there. Get out there and start working. Get to work. America first. Get out there. 100% haven't shown up to work due to immigration raids, Texas farmer says. America's migrant workers are terrified to work, but unable to stay home. So get out there, Maga. You got these jobs back. You took them back. You voted. You got your guy in there to get rid of all of those migrant workers. So get out there. Get out there and start working. But for real, I want to shout out to the undocumented migrant workers as they were deemed essential in 2020. They stepped up when this nation needed them most. They have my utmost respect. They should see a pathway to citizenship. Period. Period. They were deemed essential workers, risking their lives in one of the most hazardous jobs in the entire U.S. labor market. They have my full respect. Thank you for your service and your contribution to this country.
What do y'all think? You know what gets me? We have a construction boom going on right here in the United States. But when you go to any of these large projects where they're doing this construction, you'll see that 75% of the people that's doing the work are not here from the United States. They're from these other countries. Now, I'm not saying they're illegal in any way. A lot of them's here on work visas. But then you got all these U.S. citizens that claim that they can't find a job, wanting to swap that red, white, and blue EBT card and keep getting their Section 8 because they claim they can't find work. But here's the deal. These jobs don't even require a high school education, and many of them are making over $100,000 a year doing this work. So why is it that we have to get people from outside of the United States to build these facilities while we got so many people sitting on welfare programs? I don't know if we're just lazy or what. Maybe we just don't want to lose those damn benefits.
Hello everyone, it's Anthony. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just popped up to say hi. Let's continue watching this video and make our conclusions later. It's amazing having you here. I love you all and you really mean a lot to me. So let's continue watching this video and I'll make my conclusions at the end of the video.
Do you want to hear a shocking number? For every 1 million people deported from the United States citizens, 88,000 of them, in fact, lose their jobs. Now, this isn't a new number. It's a number that we've known about since the Obama administration, when a study was commissioned to see how his mass deportations affected the workforce in the United States. And every year since then, they've continued to aggregate the data, and the numbers haven't changed. When you deport 1 million individuals, it doesn't raise wages magically. In fact, U.S. workers lose jobs. 88,000 per million. That's a pretty high number. That comes out to about every 11 people we deport, 1 U.S. citizen loses their job. And it's not just in constructions and the trades, it's in restaurants, it's in hospitality, it's in agricultural, it's in every job field across the United States. Because the program manager who's overseeing a housing development is going to lose their jobs when all of a sudden they can't build any more homes. The restaurant owner that might own 5 or 6 restaurants as a group is going to lose all of them when they have no back of the house staff, because the primary people in the back of the house in most kitchens in the United States are undocumented migrants. So if 88,000 workers per 1 million deported doesn't shake you up, maybe 1 per every 11 does. But either way, mass deporting individuals from this country does not help increase wages or make more jobs. The studies are clear. For the last decade and a half, when you deport people, American citizens lose their jobs.
Yo, did anybody else see this news this morning? Washington contractor allegedly hired a couple undocumented workers for a construction job and they finished it, and instead of paying them, he called ICE to avoid paying for them. Bro, this shit fucking infuriates me because this isn't the first incident. If you guys remember about what happened in Bellingham, kind of like the Mount Baker roofers, the same thing. The contractors submitted a complaint and said, "Hey, like, this is a terrible working condition," and instead of like fixing the working conditions, they called ICE on them. So I had thought that this was the same situation, but it's a whole new one, and I think it's in Yakima. I'm just finding out about it as well, so I'm gonna do my research to find out more about this. But this is so infuriating, and just like, I guess for my Latino people who are like working on like contractual jobs like this, be careful, and because some of these people who do the contracting don't care, and they do hire illegal immigrants, and they'll do this shit like to get out of paying, bro. Like, it's I don't know, but everyone from where I saw it is up in arms and are trying to look for the company's name, because what the fuck, bro? Seriously.
Florida is learning about the significance of undocumented migration to the United States. They developed laws targeting undocumented migrants, and just like that, all the construction sites are empty. Migrants are building a better America. They work in construction industries. If Americans wanted these kinds of jobs, there wouldn't really be much demand for their labor. The fact of the matter is most Americans want other kinds of jobs, and Americans that do want these jobs are ill-suited for such work. They don't have the skills or the necessary work ethic to perform these kinds of jobs. You think inflation is bad now, wait until they have to raise the prices of these properties. Maybe you don't like brown-skinned people coming to your country, but you know what? These are the people that are making America great again, not some racists who want to go burn down the Capitol.
Thank you. If you have watched this video to the end, it's amazing. And let's make our analysis. I believe that Donald Trump is targeting workers who are doing construction in this country so that they can increase the prices of houses in our country, because why does Trump take away workers from these local constructors when in the real essence he is giving HB1 visas to these major technological companies when they want to import a skilled labor from these other countries like India, China? Why does he do so? Because of these companies like Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla, name them all, they are allowed to import the best or these skilled computer engineers from other countries. But our local construction worker farms, our local farmers, they are not allowed to bring in farmers workers from other countries when there is a shortage of labor in this country. Why aren't they allowed to do so? I believe it's a deliberate plan to kick these local contractors out of the market so that we can have these major contractors doing all the work, because there is no explanation for this. During the campaigns, Trump said that he will target criminals, these hardened criminals, Trendy Arangua, these Mexican cartels who bring in who do human trafficking into the United States. But what we are seeing is a deliberate plan to attack hard-working people who are contributing to the growth of our country, who are paying taxes to this country, who are promoting the local businesses of this country. It's all a deliberate plan to separate us, or to make us hate each other, depending on maybe the skin color, as Supreme Court ruled, or maybe the language one speaks, something like that. So United States is no longer a country where by immigrants like in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 40s, name them upwards, whereby people would come from Italy, from Scotland, from name them, and come here and build a life for themselves and they leave wealth for their future generations. United States is no longer the same. The American dream is being killed as we watch, as we are silent about it. United States is no longer the land of the dreamers. It's no longer the land of the free. So what I usually say is stay safe, stay alert, stay blue, see blue, listen blue, vote blue, and until the next video, thank you for your attention to this matter.